What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the ZayMoolaSportsPodcast. I'm your host, Isaiah, and I'm here to give y'all my thoughts about the new NBA All-Star Game format and how everything went. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, y'all, so let's start with the positive, the competitiveness. I thought the players were pretty competitive. Now, for a basketball aficionado like myself, we remember the 90s and 2000s where those games were very competitive. Those guys did not want to lose, and they took it very seriously. But now, these guys are built differently. They don't take the All-Star game as seriously as those guys did back in those days. But for an All-Star game in the 2020s, it wasn't too bad, y'all. I mean, we saw guys playing defense, particularly Jaren Jackson Jr. and Victor Wembanyama. Wemby had a very nice block on Cade Cunningham. Jaren Jackson Jr. was picking up full court. So you love to see that. At least they weren't just allowing guys to shoot a lot of open threes, get a lot of open dunks. And then also, y'all, Kyrie in that Rising Stars game, he played some pretty good defense on Dalton Connect. So I love to see that. Just care a little bit. Now, again, I wish, y'all, we could go back to when these All-Star games were ultra competitive. But unfortunately, we won't be able to go back to those days. But if we can at least get some effort from these guys, y'all, it will go a long way to making these All-Star games a little bit better. So I definitely love seeing that the competitive nature was better than what it's been in the last few years. Now, y'all, let's get to the negatives. And the first negative was the Rising Stars should not be playing in the All-Star game. No disrespect to those guys. I think a lot of those guys, y'all, will be an All-Star one day. But right now, they're just rising stars, right? They are players that are trying to establish themselves in this league. Going up against guys, y'all, that have already established themselves in the league. Okay, I do not like this at all. I think Adam Silver needs to change this immediately. We want to see the 24 best players in the league playing against one another. That's it. I don't want to see first and second year guys going up against Steph Curry and KD and Jason Tatum and LeBron James. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry. Now, I will say this. Those guys played pretty well, particularly Stephon Castle, Amen Thompson, and Dalton Connect. And I do think they're going to be very good players one day. But right now, y'all, this is not their moment, okay? The All-Star Game is a celebration of the 24 best players in the league. That's what it's always been. That's what it needs to get back to being. But having Rising Stars play in the All-Star Game, I think is pretty disrespectful to the All-Stars, y'all. Because this is about them. This is their moment. This is their stage. And you're allowing some first and second year players to come in and play on the same floor as them. I don't like that at all. Adam Silver, changes immediately, please. My second problem, y'all. The games were too short, okay? They were way too short. Playing the 40 points does not give these guys an opportunity to play, particularly the young guys, y'all. You take a guy like Cade Cunningham, Victor Wembanyama, right? This is their first time making the All-Star game. Even a guy like Anthony Edwards, who didn't play last night because he was injured, but that was only his third All-Star appearance. Okay, so these guys are still new when it comes to being an All-Star. Right? This isn't a Steph Curry we're talking about who's an 11-time All-Star. This isn't a LeBron James who's a 21-time All-Star. This isn't a KD who's a 15-time All-Star. Right? Those guys have been to multiple All-Star games. But these young guys, y'all, you really want to see them play. Jalen Williams, he was another guy that was making his first All-Star appearance. But they only got to play like 5 minutes because you're only playing the 40 points. And because these players are so skilled, y'all, and they shoot the ball at a very high level, I mean, getting the 40 points really isn't that hard. You can get to 40 points in, maybe 5 to 7 minutes? So these games were entirely too quick. I definitely think that if this format stays in place for years to come, we got to play to like 70 or 80 points. So we can give these guys a more opportunity to play. Again, particularly the young guys, y'all. This really isn't about the older guys because the older guys, hey, they probably actually like this. And you saw KD, Kyrie, Steph. I think they liked that the games were shorter. But the younger guys, you hear them complaining about it. Right? I heard Trae Young say he hated this because he wanted to play. Jalen Williams said the same thing. So make the games longer. And then my third and final problem, y'all, is that it was too much focus on entertainment, not enough focus on the actual game itself. There were way too many breaks. They brought out Mr. Beast, y'all. Mr. Beast. In the middle of an NBA All-Star game. Think about that. So he could do some competition with Damian Lillard and a random fan. In the middle of an All-Star game. we had to watch Mr. Beast on the floor. Think about that, right? And then they also had Kevin Hart. He was there to provide some commentary. But I feel like Adam Silver and the league were trying to do whatever they could to make this entertaining for the fans and viewers. But I think they turned away a lot of fans, y'all, and viewers, because a lot of us fans are complaining that we didn't actually get to see a lot of basketball being played last night. I mean, it was a 3-hour game, quote unquote, but really only 30 to 45 minutes of it was actual basketball, y'all. Because the rest of it was commercial breaks, Mr. Beast making an appearance, right? Kevin Hart, cracking some jokes. Then they did a tribute to Inside the NBA, which I absolutely love, but I wish they would have done that prior to the game, not during the game, right? Because that takes away from the game itself. And so, again, y'all, was this format bad? I wouldn't say it was necessarily bad, because the players were more competitive than they've been in previous years. But the focus was not on the game. And I will say this, that is the players' fault. The reason that the All-Star Game format has changed, the last 5, 6, 7 years. Because think about this, y'all. This is the 4th or 5th different format we've had since 2017, which is absolutely ridiculous. But the reason for that is because of the players. It's because they did not take the game seriously enough. And so Adam Silver and the league had to do something about it. And this is what they decided to do. They decided, hey, we're not going to just make this about basketball. We're going to throw some entertainment in there. And maybe if we do that, people will actually want to watch the All-Star Game. Now, somebody like me, y'all, who absolutely loves basketball, I'm always going to watch the NBA All-Star Game. But say a new fan, is he or she, will they continue to watch the All-Star Game when we really only got about 30 to 45 minutes of actual basketball? I don't know. That person might get turned off by it. So I still think, y'all, there needs to be changes made to the All-Star Game, because this cannot be our permanent format. I'm sorry. It cannot be. And if it is, y'all, this is not going to be good for the NBA, okay? It just isn't. Because not only did you have rising stars playing in this game, but you didn't put enough energy into making sure that the game was going to be great like it should have been, right? You put way too much of your time, energy, and focus into the entertainment side of it instead of the basketball side of it. But, y'all, at the end of the day, we did get some pretty competitive games, which is great to see. And hopefully that side of it continues. We hope that we keep getting these competitive games, because when we do, the All-Star Game as a whole is going to be better for us. So there I have it, man. That is my thoughts on the new NBA All-Star Game format. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember, y'all, that's a good message. So what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm an enemy. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.